Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're looking at the question that every musician has probably asked themselves many times. Is it worth it? Is this life with the gigs, the late nights, the long drives, the missed holidays, is it really worth it? When you tell people that you're a musician, they probably react in one of two ways. Either, wow, amazing, you're so lucky to be able to play music for a living. Or, wow, that's great, but what's your real job? And I get why they say that, because for most people that don't work as a musician, music is something that's entertaining, it's fun, it's something that's important for you. In many stages of your life, music is very important for many people, but it's just a passion, it's something they enjoy for fun, because they feel like it, because they want to. But when you have it as your job, it's something completely different. So for many of us, it starts as a passion. We love music, we listen to music, we start playing music, start learning an instrument, and then we get to a point where there's no turning back, maybe, that you invested so much time and maybe money to follow your dream, and you get some jobs, and then you get the ball rolling, and you're on your way to becoming a musician that makes a living from music. You don't just play music for fun. So when music becomes your job, you can't just pick up your guitar when you feel like it. When you have time off, you want to relax, and you want to enjoy playing some music. You have to pick up the guitar also when you don't feel like it. You have to go out gigging, maybe if you have a headache or you have a fever and you don't really feel like going out. You shouldn't really work, but you have to, because as a musician, if you don't show up at the gig, usually that means you won't get paid. And you can't reschedule a Friday night gig because the next Friday is a different gig. So you kind of have to push yourself even more than if you have a normal job, because you have to show up to earn your money. And then it's not that much fun anymore. Well, at least sometimes. It can be hard work. If you're a musician, you know what I'm talking about. It can be hard work to show up and play music and entertain people when you just don't feel like it. So you're playing music because you have to, in order to make a living. So you have to make a schedule, and that means weekends, you got gigs, holidays, they're booked, because you work when most people have their time off. That's life as a musician. So, being a musician, is it a job? Is it a lifestyle? What is it really? Well, it's both. And it's a mix. You have this freedom as a musician. I'm very lucky that when I start on a Tuesday morning, I can go into my studio here, I can grab a guitar, and I can practice for an hour or two and make myself a cup of coffee. And I'm really appreciate to be able to do that. While others have to get in their car, go to work, sit in, rush hour traffic, while I can just walk in and make myself a cup of coffee and play my guitar. That's a great advantage of being a self-employed musician, where you shape most of your days yourself, especially daytime. But then you have, again, the weekends, you're off. You have to work, whether you feel like it or not. You have to earn money. That's the cost of being able to pick up a guitar at 9 o'clock in the morning and sit and practice for a couple of hours. Most of us don't earn money from doing that. So we have to go out in the evenings, Fridays, Saturdays, holidays, to earn our money. And yeah, you can say no to a last-minute Friday night gig. I mean, it happens so many times. People call you up, oh, I got this Friday night off, and then they call you up, we have this gig. Can you do it? And you can say no. But then again, you have to earn money. So most of the time you just have to say yes. Because turning down work means turning down money. And if you turn down work once, they might not call you again. So there's a kind of a pressure here, because you have to show up whenever you get asked, especially if you have to make money from gigging. I'm talking about live gigs now. So you gotta take the jobs when they are there. That means I'm a musician living in Norway, and there are seasons when there are lots of work and there are seasons when there are not that much. So for me it's like summer season, starting now around Easter time and up until August, September, it's more live work. And then you have the Christmas time as well, before November, December, before Christmas. Lots of companies have their Christmas parties and stuff. So for live gigs, they're the main seasons. But in order to make a living from music, you have to fill those other parts of the year as well. So being able to do maybe some teaching, recording, writing music, licensing music. There are many ways to earn money as well. So I make most of my money from live work, but I've just started my YouTube channel that you're watching right now. So hopefully that can also be part of my life as a musician. Let's talk about money. Because if you work as a musician, you have to make money. And that's maybe the biggest difference from playing your guitar. When you started off, you did it for fun, you did it because you wanted to, you listened to music because you loved it. It was your passion. But now as a working musician, you have to make money, and you have to listen to music that you maybe don't really want to listen to, that you don't like. You have to learn music and play music that you don't like sometimes, because you have to take whatever work you can get. Until you get a certain point, of course, in your career, the best thing is if you can choose. Or you can play just your own music, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a working, just normal working musician that has to play everything. Whenever they get asked, you have to say yes, don't turn it down, and you have to pretend sometimes that I really love this, especially if you're standing on the stage. It's like acting. It can be like acting. You're sort of an actor. When you're on stage, you turn into a different sort of character. So it becomes a job. But then you get professional, and it's just part of what you do. And then, for me anyway, music I didn't like, I'm now playing quite a lot of, because you learn to like it, you grow into it, and you sort of embrace more and more of music. And you learn to like just different styles, much more than I did when I was younger. Now I'm sort of much more open, because I have to be as a working musician. So is it worth it? Some days, absolutely. Other days, it's challenging. when you have to drag yourself down to the gig, or you have to miss a family birthday party again, or you just can't afford to book a holiday because you haven't had enough gigs, you will ask yourself that question again. Is it worth it? Being a musician is not just a job, and it's not for everyone. But if you stick with it, the highs can be unreal, and it's very much like a roller coaster. It will be lots of ups and downs. Both because you're in a creative business, whether you're playing live or whether you're writing and recording, it's a creative business. You have to have the energy, the right mindset to do it. So will be lots of ups and downs, and obviously it's often to do with earning money, because when you get a family, you have a house, you have a car, you need to buy gear, you just need an income. You need quite a lot of money in order to make a living, especially as a family. So if you don't earn enough, it's really hard to keep the energy level up. So you learn to handle it, you learn to balance it, so you learn to not panic when it goes downhill, and it will go downhill, and then it will go up again, hopefully. So it's a roller coaster being a musician, but it's totally worth it.